Hello, my name is Maggie, and I am a beloved child of God, and so are you. Today's story is from the Gospel of Matthew. It's about a time a while after Jesus was born. Joseph had an angel appear to him and tell him, y'all need to get out of Bethlehem because you're in danger. And so Joseph and Mary packed up and they fled to Egypt. And a lot of times the story is called Escape to Egypt. And the reason why they have to escape is because of the king, King Herod. And King Herod was a very bad man and did hurt people and was unkind and mean. And the reason why he hurt people is because he was afraid. He was insecure. He thought people were going to steal his power, and maybe they were trying to steal his power. But what he didn't realize is that he was a beloved child of God. And he acted out in that insecurity, especially when it came to Jesus, or the prophecy about this baby boy who's going to be the new king. So he acted in the way that he did. And there's a story on here that I've read, The Secret Journey. And after I read the story, I speak a little bit about how Matthew says it came to be that our Messiah was from Nazareth, because the prophecy never really said that the Messiah was going to be from Nazareth. The prophecy said that it's going to be a shoot from Jesse's tree, but the words are similar. The word for a sprig or fresh growth is Nazarete, and Jesus, being from Nazareth, was called a Nazarene. So the words are very similar, and it's because the town of Nazareth, the name of the town of Nazareth was meant, you know, the same thing, like it's probably an offshoot. Somebody went and started this town, and Nazareth was teeny tiny. You know, the historians didn't even write about Nazareth, so it wasn't even in the records. But even in the Bible, we hear people say, you know, has anything good ever come out of Nazareth? It's kind of the brunt of jokes. Like, it was just this podunk town, and that's where Jesus was from. That's where our Messiah came from, was just this little town that was an offshoot. And he literally was an offshoot, to sprig from the stump of Jesse's tree. So they flee, and it's a scary time. It is very, very scary, because King Herod wants to kill baby Jesus. And King Herod is acting out of his fear, and Mary and Joseph are feeling fear, and the people in Bethlehem are feeling fear, and terrible, terrible times and things happening around them. And God sends these angels, and he also sends messengers by the way of shepherds that Joseph meets as they're returning to Bethlehem, and he finds out that it's still not safe, so they go back to Nazareth. And the point is that God is always with us. May not be an angel in a dream, or it could be. It absolutely could be an angel in a dream. But you are being watched over by God. One of our favorite family songs is all night, all day, angels watching over me, my Lord. And I've put a copy of that on here. It's actually Ray Charles singing it, and he sings it okay too. So I thought maybe you'd want to listen to that and sing along with him. And we have our craft for the day. This was so fun. So this was to kind of finish up our Advent package of Do Not Be Afraid, you know. And what it is there's 4 sheets of paper. So if there's 4 people in your family, or maybe you want to do all of them, what we did is we actually, one member of my family, each of us colored a different sheet, and we didn't look at each other's pieces of paper. And then we taped them all together, and we made one great big poster, and it's so pretty when we put it in front of the window and the light shines through it. So you can see we all colored it differently, and it kind of came from us in different ways. And it says, "Dear God, we trust you are with us in this year and always. When fear grows in us and around us, help us to remember we can hold hope, bring peace, practice joy, and choose love. Amen." So you can make this as a reminder of how we want to enter this year and how we want to walk through this year. Joseph and Mary had a lot of reasons to be afraid and worried, but God protected them. And even in times where it seemed like God wasn't there, he was always there, making sure that his plans came to fruition in the way that they were said that they were going to work out. And also we have some cards, which I just love these. You can print them out, and I think this would be nice. You could put it in, your neighbors on their front door, or maybe even, put it underneath their windshield wipers, just a little happy. You don't have to say who it's from. And this is a prayer about angels being with us all the time. So I'd like this to be our prayer, how we close today. This is from the Psalm 91. Evil can't get close to you. Harm can't get through the door. He ordered his angels to guard you wherever you go. If you stumble, they'll catch you. Their job is to keep you from falling. So I love that. When we feel afraid or we're worried, we can remember that bad things have always happened. Scary things have always happened. Sad things have always happened. But it doesn't mean that our faith can be any less. In fact, it shows us that God is always going to be there. Even when it's hard and sad and scary, God is with you and watching over you. And so let's walk into this new year with God in our hearts and in our minds and in our actions. And let's choose to love one another and choose to do the work that God has sent us to do. Have a nice week. I love you.